Are we're live. We're here for the big show. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to a top secret location here in Calgary. Jen and I are hiding out from the authorities. Welcome all as we are surviving our nomad lifestyle, week 3, 2, 3, getting ready, very close to heading south to the U.S. of A. We're making a little bit of progress, and I tell you, one day at a time is what it's all about. I got to tell you, since I last saw you guys, more dental work has been done on this gentleman here. I've got 3 more sessions this week: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, tomorrow, day after that. To get more dental work done. I was trying to figure out. I'm just going to show you a couple images here. Like this is typically what I look like when I go to the dentist. I'm a pretty nervous guy. Kind of wondering what they're going to do to me here. Please don't hurt me. They try to deke you out. They suck the stuff out of your mouth on one hand. On the other hand, the other person's got the needle and they're getting ready to get you. And I thought what I would do is I would make a really cool video for you. And I thought I would give you footage from inside my mouth. I thought if I could get a nice small camera, I could pop that thing back there, and then you could see the dentist and what he's doing, and see all the gunk being blown off my tooth that's being drilled away, and all the blood sticking out and stuff. But it just didn't work. I just couldn't make the logistics happen. But this last session was pretty rough. I have to admit, I came out of there looking pretty beat up. I don't normally look this good, but I survived it. But there was a lot of twitching and gnashing of the teeth and stuff. But I got out of there, and after a few hours of relaxing, I decided to let my hair down and just have a good time. And while here I am with my friends, you might notice I look a lot like Will Ferrell. It's incredible how I transform myself when I'm out in the street like this. But I wanted to enjoy my my new pearly whites and just have a really good time. The problem was that I stayed out a little too long that night, and Jen was waiting for me, and I was explaining to her when I got back to the hotel room, just, hey, listen, a guy's gotta unwind sometime. I mean, when you're a famous YouTuber and you have a huge audience, you got to sometimes you got to let go. And her attitude was, what? No way. You got to take me out when you do that kind of stuff. You can't go out on your own. And I said to her, it would be really nice if you could join me for, some on-camera time, because it would be really great for the ratings, and people would get to see you, and it would help the channel. Well, she just started laughing her butt off. She thought it was the funniest thing ever. You want me to appear on your lowly little YouTube channel? You can just forget it, buddy. You get your own viewers. My famous looks are my own, and you do your own thing, buddy. Don't come crying to me. And so here I am. I'm still just pounding away, doing the best I can with what I got. Trying to fill you in on what's going on in the cruise world and travel and anything else. And I'm sorry, I'm doing what I can, but we're getting. I don't know, we're getting better. I got a root canal tomorrow, another one. Oh yeah, another one. And then I got a hygienist on Wednesday to clean this up, make this bright again. And then I've got. I have one more extraction on Thursday. Yeah. I can't wait to get out of this town. I mean, this town, one, it's costing me a lot of money. Number two, it's torturous. I mean, it's just torturous to be here getting beat up like this. I got to get away. So, California, here I come. I can't wait to get to you, because it's just going to be a lot easier to take. But what can I say? I'm looking forward to the getaway. Welcome welcome all to the channel here tonight. Amicus, welcome to the show here. Ken Kuchera and Janet from Saginaw, Michigan. How you guys doing? It's nice to see you. The temperature's 64 today over there. It's cloudy. Gasoline is $3.22 a gallon. Going on a bus tour Cape Cod in the near future. Ken got Pfizer booster today. Well done. Congrats. I'm not sure if we're eligible for booster shots here. I think we almost are. I'm not really in need of one that I'm aware of. Jen and I are quite good. We're quite healthy, but we'll see. We might get boosters in California. We might not. It depends on just how easy or how difficult it might be. that we'll figure out later. But yeah, we're looking forward to heading south for sure. Connie, welcome. Hi, Bruce. It's been a while. A trip to Verizon got me back on track again. Beautiful, Connie. I'm glad you made it. I may be going on a family trip cruise in November. Celebrity cruise line. That'll be nice. That would be great. Kirk, hi, Bruce and TMA family. Kirk from the Big Apple is here. Welcome, my man. Bullcraft Max, Bruce. It's been a while. Hope all is well. Legend, we're hanging in. Jeannie, hello again. Bill and Jeannie are watching from East Tennessee. Welcome, guys, as always. Nice to have you back here. TWU, Tessie. Hi, Bruce and all at TWB, San Antonio, Texas, in the house. Beautiful stuff. Great folks down there. Christine Garcia, hello, everybody. Hi there, Christine. How are you today? Amicus, smiling, laughing. Bruce is a shape shifter. Interesting. Robert, funny dentist pictures. Hi, Bruce. Long time no see. Sharon, where have you been? Nikki, hello, everybody. Roger and I are back again. A beautiful 76 degrees here in Jacksonville. Speaking of temperature, we were at 74, 75 today here in Calgary, way up north here. 74, 75, pure sunshine, gorgeous weather. The air conditioning had to kick into my car today when I drove to Costco. But we are cooling off to the low 60s next week. And just as we get ready to leave, it'll be then in the 50s for the high. So it's time to go. Ark, hey, Bruce, greetings from Andy and Andrea. We are back from our Carnival Magic Cruise, and it was great. Just put out our day one vlog, fun stuff. Way to go, guys. I'm glad you got it in. And you got some footage now to put on the air. That's fantastic stuff, and I'm glad it worked out for you. I'm glad you had a great time. Because this Nomad thing sounds exciting. MG Carnival jumps 3% on third quarter business update. Yeah, I kind of wonder. The cruise shares have been climbing steadily the last little while, and I noticed that Royal Caribbean stock, Royal Caribbean shares were in the kind of the low to mid 90s, $93, $94 a share. Something's telling me that we could be waiting. We could see an announcement at any time from Royal Caribbean that they might issue 5 or 10 million more shares for cash. If they can get their hands on almost $1 billion by issuing a bunch of stock, they might try to pay down some of the debt that they took out last year at very high interest rates by issuing stock for zero interest and doing that. I'm wondering if they're in discussions with brokers to do a stock sale, maybe even 20 million shares, bring in $2 billion, keep a $500 million cash in the treasury for burning money, the other $1.5 billion to turn interest rate debt into zero interest rate debt would be a very smart move. I'm getting my COVID vaccine today. Finally, double D. Way to go. I'm glad to hear this. California will be amazing, says Bullcraft. Kevin Chapman, hello from central New Jersey. 77 degrees and lovely, but autumn is coming. The leaves here are falling like you can't believe. They're falling off the trees. They're shriveled, and they're just coming down. Next week, it'll be a wasteland here. It'll just be dead grass in the foothills with no leaves on the trees. It's pretty now, but it's going to be ugly next week. Bullcraft, Kevin Chapman got to love central New Jersey. Nelson, hello, Uncle Bruce from Winnipeg. Nelson, welcome from the Peg. Nice to have you here, man. It's great stuff. Miss M, hi, Bruce and Jen. Hope you're fine and you're ready to travel. We are. I got myself a brand new suitcase yesterday, a big one. Jen has a big one. I got a big one. Then we have 2 smaller ones, and that's it. We're ready to roll, and we have to fit everything into those. Otherwise, that's all she wrote. So we're ready to go. Can't wait. MG, anyone from Ireland here? I tentatively, what is that? I tell the Emerald Princess for a tour around Ireland. Very interesting. Andy Coleman. Andy, how you doing? Hey, Bruce. Des Moines checking in again today. The high of 91. Wow. Next cruise only 32 days away. Hope you're well. Right on, man. We are doing okay. We're hanging in, keeping ourselves healthy, and I'll tell you, we're eating more than we've ever eaten in a long time. It's unbelievable. Everyone wants to go out with us. People want to get together. Come on over, have something to eat with us. Oh, it's food everywhere. It's unbelievable. MG, is it SP? Oops. Ms. M, thumbs ups for Bruce. Thank you, Ms. M, so much for that. Arc Adventures, it was definitely great to be at sea again on this trip. Thinking the best night's sleep are at sea for some reason. You just get good night's rest on the sea. laugh out loud. I know that when I'm on a cruise ship, I find that around 8, 9 o'clock, I do this. I start yawning. I go, oh, the sea air, for whatever reason, the sea air is invigorating in the morning. But in the evening, I'm done for. I'm just done for. I don't know what it is. Sea level? I don't know. And happy with my CCL shares, NCL and RCL, right on. Terry, greetings from Fredericton, New Brunswick. Welcome from Fredericton, New Brunswick, the Maritimes of Canada. Some of the most wonderful people in the world are located in the Maritimes. If you have never taken a cruise to the Maritimes, you are in for a treat with the folks in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island. If you get a chance to go to Newfoundland, wow, you've hit the trifecta. You hit the home run. You are loving it. They throw in Quebec for free. You end up in Quebec or Montreal. That's just a throw in, which is the French Canadian culture. But the maritime cruises are definitely worth taking. Even Disney does summertime maritime cruises, and for the kids, it's a great time. It's just a great time. Hopefully, the summer of 2022, Canada will be able to welcome cruisers back. That would be fabulous because maritime cruising, fabulous time. Arc Adventures, yes, and yes, 27 thumbs ups for Bruce. Robert is here in the house. Welcome, sir. Hello, Bruce and fellow cruisers from 72-degree Boston. Great folks in Boston. Going on the NCL Epic out of Puerto Rico in January. I think the Epic was in Europe, but will transfer over, I suspect, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how this is working out. But yes, get that cruise in there. I've been on the Epic with Jen. It was the last ship I think we were on, or at least the second last, certainly the last Norwegian ship I was on. Have yourself a great time. MG Tow, Southern California skies are full of smoke from Northern California. Mrs. Brittany Anderson is in the house. Hello, Bruce and all. Welcome, Mrs. Brittany Anderson. Double D, the Carnival Legend will be doing sailing in Greenland in 2023. Will be a tad cold over there. Well, if they do the summertime, June, July, August cruising, fair enough. I guess Iceland, and I would imagine, are they going to start from the British Isles? I would think they start from Ireland, or they start from Southampton, or I'm not sure where the cruise is going to start from. It should be interesting. KJ Jamie is here, back at it from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Welcome, KJ. NCL Breakaway is back online. Right on. Welcome, sir. Welcome back. Carol OV, hi, Uncle B. First time here. I watch your stock market show every morning. Well, thank you for that. At my other channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, I do appreciate those of you who are able to spend time with both of the channels, and it's nice to have you here too. Here we talk about travel, cruising, and whatever people come up with, and it's always a great hangout on Monday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern. Everyone is welcome, and I'm glad you could make it. Eddie Albert, are you still in a hotel? Yes, we're in a top secret location in a hotel here in Calgary, but not for much longer. Next week, we leave and we head to California. And once in California, we have now narrowed our list down to where we're going to stay in California. And we're going to end up in a 2 or a 3 bedroom or a 2 bedroom plus a den kind of a condo, something like a condo, like a townhouse condo, likely on a golf course, or at least part of a tennis club or something like that, in some kind of a gated community setting in the Palm Desert, La Quinta, Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs area. The hope is that we can do that for about 3 months or so. We're kind of thinking the rest of October, November, December, with a little bit of January thrown in. And then the thinking is, now this is us just loosey-goosey, waiting to find out if we can do this. We should know in about a month or two. We're wondering, can we do a cruise in January? Is it possible to do a cruise in January, or maybe a cruise in January and a couple of cruises in February? One cruise maybe from California, or all 3 or 2 of the 3, or 2 in total from Florida. So would we work our way from California in January to Florida, and now do maybe a 6-week Florida excursion to several places, and throw in a couple cruises in the middle of the whole thing. Meet and greets with Floridian viewers, of course. We'd let you know, and if we're in the Miami area, we'll try to put something together in Miami area. If we're in the Orlando region, we'll try to do something there. If we're in the Tampa region, we'll try to put something together there, and see how many of you we can catch up with, and we'll kind of play it from here. So we'll see what happens. We'll do the best we can. Hopefully, we'll get some cruising in, and we'll let you know when we know. It's a question now of travel restrictions and variant scenarios and case counts and vaccination rates and lots and lots of stuff. So we'll see what happens. It's all kind of being whatever. Now Michelle Lucas is in the house. How are you, Michelle? Nice to see you here. Hello from Biscuit Boy Randy and I. 6 weeks to Caribbean Enchanted Princess Month cruise. Oh man, that is going to be fantastic. I know you guys have waited a while to take a cruise. Fabulous stuff. Thank you for saying hi to us. This is great. It's nice to see one of the Biscuit Boys on the air with me. Brittany, waiting on my new laptop to arrive. It is by no means a MacBook, but a budget Dell laptop that just has double all the specs of my last computer. Neither my husband nor myself paid for it, but my mom. Oh, that is nice. Mom helped you get a computer double the power and strength. This is awesome. Brittany, this is fantastic. Way to go, Mom. Way to step up there. Art Double D, the Greenland cruise sounds very nice. Would be a bucket list for sure. Lance Ross, g'day, Bruce. Good looking there. Good looking good, buddy. Well, thank you. Lance, welcome. I think you're down south. Are you in Melbourne or are you in Sydney, or am I missing the boat completely? Welcome. Double D, I would love to get cruising again. The current ban on cruises will end in December 17th in Australia. Well, we sure hope so. I'm hearing all kinds of stories down there, like 2021 and 2022 canceled. There's all kinds of talk. I don't know. Sure hope it can come back. Sheila, welcome. Hey, Bruce, welcome to my city. Welcome, Sheila, to my channel. Terry, a Carnival Journey cruise starts from Baltimore, I think. I'm visiting Greenland, Newfoundland, Cape Breton, and a few other spots. 13 or 14 nights. That would be great. Out of the U.S. for Greenland, that would be neat. The steamer is here. Another Biscuit Boy. We got 2 Biscuit Boys here today, and me. That's 3. The Steamy Bean is in the house. Hey, Big B Steamer, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you here. I would imagine by now you're back home in northern Saskatchewan, and you're probably teaching again. Are you teaching remotely, or are you getting in-school lessons? Do you have the kids coming into school, or what's that deal up there with your vaccine and your virus situation? What's happening up there? Arc, Double D, it was nice to finally cruise again. Check out our new vlog, as it has been. It has an embarkation and sail away. Might pass the time until your next one. There you go. AMG in California, go to the, you're going to go on the Carnival Panorama. That's right. The Panorama is sailing out of Long Beach. And then, is it the Enchanted Princess that's sailing out of LA for Princess Cruise Line? I'm not sure if it's the Enchanted. Arc Adventures, I'll check it out. Right on. Arc Double D, thanks so much. The steamer, Biscuit Boy, should be in Tiger Beat. That's right. We should be on the cover of Tiger Beat. Absolutely. Win a dream date with your Biscuit Boy of choice. That's right. There's still another Biscuit Boy that's out there, hasn't joined us yet. We'll wait to see if he joins us too. But the Biscuit Boys Tiger Beat, you'd have record sales of your magazine, no question about it. Sharon, 35 thumbs ups. Let's get 65 more to get Bruce to 100. Wouldn't that be great? If you could help me get to 100 thumbs ups today, that would be absolutely awesome sauce. Thank you all so much. Lance, Bruce, I'm in Sydney, mate. I got it. So it was Sydney. Lance, welcome to Sydney. Are you still in lockdown down there? I know you've been having all kinds of issues. There have been protests by the anti-vaxxers and the anti-maskers and all that stuff. And I know there's restrictions and all that. I'm just wondering how it's going. Brittany, I am back in Hammond, Louisiana as of Friday. Our apartment complex will have a new owner for the first time in like 20 years. All residents of the complex are notified on Saturday of this development. Interesting. Let's see here. Lance, Celebrity Edge is coming over here to Australia, 23 and 24. That's going to be one popular ship over there. That will be hugely popular. Kirk, with the NCL breakaway sailing out of New York City now, I see more cruising in my future. All right, on, buddy. Good stuff. The steamer teaching in class. 38% of the village have received their first vaccine, but only 38%. So they gotta get up there with more supplies and get you guys looked after. Isn't that something? Boy, I sure hope that number can rise up quickly for you, buddy. Teaching grade 3 this year. Oh, you've moved down a couple of grades. You were doing what, 5s or 7s, and now you're down to grade 3s. Different crowd. Definitely a different crowd. Right on, man. Awesome stuff. Brittany, I no longer have to stress about getting to my bank to get the rent out and to get the rent paid before our landlord comes by, as we can now pay it online. That's fantastic. That is welcome to the year 2022 or 2021, right? Fitzroy, greetings. Thank you, Fitzroy. Welcome to you from, I believe, Grenada. If I'm not mistaken, I think you're in the beautiful island of Grenada. Lance, yep, still in lockdown here, Bruce, in Sydney, Australia. Restrictions getting less for the vaccinated. That's what's happening here in Calgary. If you are vaccinated, you can go into a restaurant and sit down and eat. If you're not vaccinated, you don't get into a restaurant with seating. We went to a steakhouse here the other day, Nick's Steakhouse, great place in Calgary. And outside the front door, right outside under the canopy, 2 staff members meeting us and saying, "Hi, how are you? Do you have proof of your vaccination?" And I do. I happen to have my proof of my vaccination on my phone right there. There's my thing right there, vaccinated. And you have to show that either in paper form or on your phone, and your identification, government issued ID on top of that, so that I can't borrow your phone and pretend to be vaccinated. Then not gonna happen. So yeah, Jen and I took our daughter. I think it was Saturday night, I guess it was, and we went for a lovely steak dinner, and went to Nick's, and everybody in the restaurant had to prove that they were vaccinated. But the good news about that was about half an hour after we got there, the restaurant was full. It was packed with all vaccinated people. We were all happy that they were doing it. It's one of the reasons we went there, was that they were checking for vaccinations. That actually cinched it for us to go. And that seems to be the mentality of most of the restaurants here in the city, where if you do demand proof of vaccination, people want to go. If you don't demand vaccination and anyone can walk in, people are apprehensive. Isn't that interesting? So it's turning over to the vaccinated side. Kind of interesting. Brittany, where am I here? Brittany, 0 guarantees on a thumbs up for me. No worries. MG, Grand Princess comes to Los Angeles. It's a Grand Princess. The Grand was the first ship to have the plaque on it for Princess in Asia. Right on. Or was that the plague? I'm not sure. But Lance, they reckon international travel maybe by December. I've booked Fiji holiday for Christmas and the New Year. Boy, that to get away, right? To get out. Let's hope this happens. The steamer, the whole village could have been vaccinated, but the majority don't believe in it. It's unbelievable. Here in Alberta, we have about 4 million people in the province, 4.5 million. We have hospitals all over the province. But as far as ICU beds go, like intensive care unit beds, 381 maybe is the total in the entire province. And in normal times, a third would be occupied and 2/3 available. Last Wednesday, they announced that all 381 were used for COVID patients, all COVID. And all 381 people in the intensive care units were unvaxxed. All 381 did not get the vaccine. Those with the vaccine, there were some people who were hospitalized who had the vaccine. The vast majority of the non-ICUs were also unvaxxed, but there are some, like maybe 2%, are people who get the vaccine, have been vaccinated and still got ill, but not ill enough to go into ICU. Um, so, yeah, you know, the doctors know, the nurses know, but certain areas they just won't go with it. It's really sad. It's really sad. Fitzroy, greetings, Bruce. To many virus in Grenada, people be safe. Thank you, my friend. Welcome from Grenada. MG in Calgary, you have to show your identity papers. That's right, you have to show. I love it. I'm delighted to show you my vaccination. I'm delighted. No problem at all. I'm a team player, and I don't want to cause any issues for anybody else. I'm happy to do it. Double D in the capital of Australia, Canberra. 95% of eligible adults have booked in a COVID appointment. Great numbers. That's fantastic. That is really, really good. Sylvia, hi, Bruce, and all. This is crazy weather in Greensboro. Highs in the 40s in the morning, and then 79 this afternoon. That's wild. I'll tell you, Sylvia. I think in 2 days from now, the overnight low will be 37, and the high will be 55. So summer's over here. It's over. It's quickly evaporating in front of our eyes. I got to get out of this town. Sylvia, we're up to 35 thumbs up, so we only need 55 to go. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Lance, Sydney is in the state of New South Wales. We are leading the way with vaccinations. We should be at 80 to 90% vaccinated by December. Well done. Well done. We are in Canada, about 82, 83% of eligible adults have at least one shot, and 70 plus have two. And it's still climbing. But we have anti-vaxxers too. Unfortunately, we do. Kirk, my birthday is on the 29th. Going out to dinner might be an issue since my son can't get the vaccine. Now, most restaurants in Calgary, we know that children 12 and under can't get the vaccine. They're allowed in with vaccinated parents. They're allowed in. And parents won't take their children out if they're under the weather. We are pretty sure of that. So the other night when we were at Phil's, we did see a few children under 12, but nobody was suffering from anything. It was a wonderful evening. Sharon, I agree, Bruce. You feel better not having to sit near unvaccinated people. Super spreaders shouldn't be allowed to spread the virus nilly-willy. I totally agree with that. Sylvia, happy birthday early. Kirk, way to go. Brittany, our landlord just doesn't do online banking, and my husband and I primarily pay off the stuff with a card. If not that, then we pay with cash, or in the case of laundry quarters, hoping that changes. Let's hope so too, Brittany. I meant our previous landlord. Yeah. Gonzo, happy to see you on TWB. Welcome, buddy. Nice to have you here from the other channel. Rebecca, you got this. You got this. Brittany, Bruce, you earned a thumbs down from me. Good luck if you want that to flip. Well, Brittany, if you don't agree with my vaccination policy, I can't change your mind. It's okay. You do what you need to do. I just find it unfortunate that with all the evidence of all the medical communities and doctors who study for, in some cases, a decade to do what they do for a living, I'll go with these guys, and I'm going to avoid those who are not in the medical community. I'm just going to avoid them, and I'm going to take my chances. And I like my chances, and so that's what I have to do, and that's the way it has to be. Cheers to all of you around the world who are here today. I'm glad you could make it and join us today. Love to have you here. Oh, I love that. I just some more travel news that's coming out, just so you know. Right now, if you are in Canada and you want to travel to the United States, you can go to the airport, buy a ticket to a U.S. destination. All you need to provide to the United States authorities, and by the way, in almost all cases, I think every Canadian airport that has flights to the United States, we in Canada, we pre-clear U.S. Customs here in Canada. So when we get on an airplane here and land in Seattle or Phoenix or Los Angeles, wherever we're going, we get off the airplane, we're in the USA. We don't go through customs, we don't go through Homeland Security. We're in the USA like it's now a domestic flight because we cleared customs here in Calgary before we even get to the gate to get on the plane. But to get on an airplane here to fly to the United States, right now, you only need to provide a negative COVID test that is 72 hours or newer in length. So as long as you get a COVID test within a day or two of your flight, that's all you need to provide a negative result. You can come into the US. Now, this is apparently going to change in around the November 5th or 10th, something like that. Around early November, the story goes that you will now need to be vaccinated and have a negative COVID test to fly from Canada to the US. Now, for the rest of the world, those of you who are watching in Europe and those of you in Australia and everywhere else, if you're planning a flight to America and your country offers and allows flights to and from America, starting November, you'll be able to come into the US with a full vaccination. Again, it depends on the vaccine you have and a negative test. But I think I just heard about an hour ago that the Russian vaccine called Sputnik 5 is not considered valid by the CDC in the United States. So anyone coming to the United States with a Sputnik 5 vaccination shot or shots will not be admitted. You're not going to be allowed in. That's interesting. But yeah, the first step for us as just a negative test, and now it's going to be a vaccination and a negative test. But even with that, they're not allowing Canadians to drive in. Canadians can't drive into the United States, even with a vaccine and a negative test. We can't drive into the United States. We can fly in, but we can't drive in, which shows you the power of the lobbying effort of the U.S. Airline Alliance. The airlines have got the politicians wrapped around their fingers, and airlines can fly people anywhere they want without vaccinations in the U.S., even from Canada. Mind-numbing. It's just we can't believe that with a vaccine we can't drive in. Now, Americans can come to Canada by air and by land with their own car if they're vaccinated and have a negative test that's less than 72 hours old. They're allowed into Canada. No quarantine, no nothing. So Americans can come to Canada, but Canadians cannot go into America. And we just put our hands up going, what? Are we chopped liver? What? What's the matter with us? We don't understand. We're totally confused by it all. What can I say? It's just what it is. Anyway, there you go. Rebecca is saying hi, Bruce. Hi, Rebecca. How you doing? Sharon, preach, Bruce. Thumbs ups are great, but telling the truth is more important, especially during a pandemic. Thank you, Sharon. I do appreciate that. Art, Bruce, 100% agree with you. I'll go with the science any day of the week. Kirk, thank you, Miss Swan. Lance, I'm with you, Bruce. I have no time for the unvaxxers. Ark, Sharon, 100% agree with you. Sharon, 56 thumbs ups and 44 to go. Thank you, everybody, for helping out with the thumbs ups here. Ark Adventures, thanks for reels. I cannot understand people who would rather spread COVID instead of getting a simple shot. It stuns me as well. It absolutely stuns me to know. And Double D, I agree with Bruce. Just have to read the CDC reports and information on how the mRNA vaccine works. After doing my own research, I believe the benefits outweigh the negatives, and really they're virtually none. I'm with you there, Double D. I'm with you. Amicus, look out for Walking Cesspool's new single super spreader. There you go. Lance, I remember clearing U.S. Customs leaving Vancouver for a cruise. There you are. Arc Adventures, Sharon, for sure. If this were the World War II era, we all would have banded together and we'd whip this thing. But because we're in the current times, it has to be a political thing. Nuts to that. Laughing out loud. I agree with that. It's really sad. Bruce, when you get to California, are you finally going to get to be able to rock? I mean, are you going to be able to rock? I mean, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it. Double D, I'm looking forward to seeing family again in the U.S. Just have to wait for flights to resume through Qantas. There you go. Right on. Lance, anti-vaccination passport people, what's this? Do my head in. Do my head in. I remember here in Australia, you had a yellow vaccination card showing you had your vaccinations to get back into Australia. There you go. Sharon, Arc Adventures. Yes, up until recently, I never gave much credence to the greatest generation discipline But now I get it. None of this stupid avoidance of a simple, effective vaccine. There you are, Steaming Bean. But Canadians can fly to the States. It's true. Yeah, we can fly to the States without being vaccinated for now. Starting in February, November, you have to have it. It's amazing. It's so stupid not to get the vaccine. I agree totally. Art, have a good night. All dinner's calling. Great show, Bruce. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, the vaccine is absolutely necessary, and I'm so respectful of restaurant owners that demand to see proof of vaccination. It's now provincial law, like you have to do it. Otherwise, you can't run your restaurant. And if the health inspectors come in to the restaurant unannounced, they can walk into any restaurant anytime they want, and they can demand to see any patrons and any employees proof of vaccination. And if you can't provide it, are there problems? Are there problems? So yeah, you don't dare not do it. Amicus says, or more importantly, will Jen be able to finally rock that? Well, see, there's the thing. If Jen doesn't rock, then what's the point? I mean, come on. She's the rocker in the house anyway. Double D, aha, Lance Ross. I think the slang "do my head in" is an Australian thing. I'm not sure Bruce gets it. Well, that's what I thought it was too. It took me a while, but I got it. Jess Jane, hi there. I'm also with you, Bruce, regarding vaccines. Jess Jane, thank you for that, and welcome to the show, the channel, and the fun times here. All of you, thank you for thumbs ups tonight. Those of you throwing a thumbs up our way, really appreciate it. You're helping us grow on YouTube. We do appreciate it. Yeah, I think that the other thing I was concerned about was entering the United States. If you have to show proof of vaccination, it seems that in the U.S. you have to have both vaccines of the same brand. Otherwise, you're not considered vaccinated. Now, apparently that's being modified. And the story now seems to be something like if you have a Pfizer vaccine and you have a Moderna Max vaccine, if you have those two shots, those are considered similar enough to clear you as being vaccinated. And that's my position. That's the boat I'm in. I got one of each. When I went to get my second vaccine, which was supposed to be a Pfizer number 2, they were out. The hospital had run out, but they had Moderna. So they gave me a Moderna and said, you'll be fine. One of each, one of these, you're fine. And so I didn't think anything of it. Now I heard in the last month, there might be a problem. Now, some of the cruise lines are not allowing mixed vaccines as proof of vaccination. That's the story. But apparently Norwegian does allow it. Norwegian does go with Pfizer, Moderna as a mix. I'm hoping that over the next few weeks, shortly, like very shortly, that the CDC will also blanket approve certain combinations as fine, just completely vaccinated. We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. It's going to be interesting. Lance, thank you, Bruce, for your shows. Really enjoying them. Glad I catch you live, but been having fun to get to work. Lance, thank you for being here from way down there, man. This is a treat to have you here. Love having viewers from down south, deep in the south, also from Europe. And I'm live every day on my other channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. And I'm on every morning at 8:30 Eastern Time, New York time, 1 hour before the stock market opens. And then I'm on for 3 hours in the morning, and then I'm on for about an hour to 2 hours in the afternoon, just at the end of the stock market day, to talk about the stock markets in plain English. I do that 5 days a week. And this show I do once a week, Monday nights. And I'm also live 7 o'clock Eastern on this channel for members only. And Friday night, 7 o'clock Eastern time, live trivia for members of this channel, as well as members of the other channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. So if you're a member of this channel or the other channel, Friday night trivia is live, and we always have a good time. It's a real unwind show, and we have a good time. Amicus is giving me thumbs up. Thank you. The Steaming Bean is saying, do my head in. The pennies finally dropped for Brucey. Ms. M, perhaps Brittany doesn't know a thumbs down is as good as a thumbs up. Well, that's activity, Double D. You guys seem to already be getting boosters, getting my first in 5 hours. They will probably have to do boosters every year as different variants are introduced. Yeah, that's right. It'll be interesting for us. I think Jen and I only got our second shot just a couple of months ago. So we've only been, fully vaccinated now 3 months maybe. So it's probably too early for us to get a booster at this point. But maybe in 3 or 6 months from now we'll be primed. So when we return from the U.S., we'll come in for a booster, and we should be all right. If we can get a booster in the States, we'll do it. I'd be happy to get one there. Sharon, Ms. M, laugh out loud. Steamer, what I don't get is people getting ticked off at the DCD or the CDC, the CDC. Yeah, the CDC. I'm amazed. Here in Alberta, there have been people protesting outside of clinics and hospitals where patients are going in for treatment. They're protesting. I don't know what they're protesting. Are you protesting that these people are pretending to be sick? Are you protesting that they need a ventilator and they shouldn't get one? Like, what is it? What's your beef? I really wonder about that. I really wonder what their mental state is. These healthcare workers are putting their lives on the line as frontline people to help people. And I think 1,600 people a day are getting the virus right now in Alberta. All of them anti-vaxxers, by the way. All the people in the ICUs, anti-vaxxers, every one of them. It's costing the province a fortune. It's like $5,000 to $10,000 a day per patient to look after these people, and they're all anti-vaxxers. And then their friends are protesting outside the hospital. I don't understand what team they're on. I just don't get it. Are they for Russia or China or what? I mean, who are they up against? I don't know. Sylvia, Miss M. Audrey, Stock Markets with Bruce, what time? 8:30 a.m. in the morning, every day. 3 hours in the morning, and then 3 in the afternoon Eastern time for an hour or so. Amicus Stock Markets with Bruce is 8 a.m. There it is. Amicus knows right there. Sylvia, Bruce, how long did the last pandemic last? Was that the Spanish flu, and was it global? Yes, I believe it was global-ish. Europe and North America, South America. It lasted, I think, 2 years. I think it killed 1 million, if I recall, and it was devastating. It was absolutely devastating. And studies after the fact, when they had time to assess how it spread and the way it spread, it was alarming. The similarities now, it's alarming. MG Bruce, you should do a Saturday night Stock Markets with Bruce so that people can prepare for the following week. You'll get a lot of people in the room for a weekend edition. Well, that's another night of my life gone. That lets me work now 6 days a week. I'm already working 7 days a week. I'm actually working 7 days a week, most weeks. I'm on the air 10 times a week, Monday to Friday on Stock Markets. I'm on 3 times a week on this channel, 7 o'clock Monday, 8 o'clock Monday, 7 o'clock Friday. Saturdays, I do one-on-one consultations for an hour at a time for people who want to talk about their investments or their lives or their hopes, dreams, and aspirations or whatever you want to talk to me about. So I do those. Sundays, I do those. I have been making classes from time to time, lessons. I've done 10 lessons now, which are now available on my other channel to be a better investor. And I'm constantly monitoring my channels. And so to me, to do another show, that means I can't go out Saturday night with my wife. And that's kind of unacceptable. So no, can't do. Sharon, I really think a lot of these people are just too chicken to get the simple shot. Maybe that's what it is. They're not chicken enough to protest, but they're chicken enough to do it. I don't know. Double D in Victoria, anti-vaxxers are booking multiple appointments and then they're not showing up. They are taking away those appointments who actually want the shot. These are horrible people. I think what should happen is if they are doing that and they can be registered with their healthcare number, I think they should then be charged a $100 fee for not showing up. And if they don't pay it in 30 days, they lose their healthcare. You take it away from them until they pay. That might get the message across. Amicus, the Bruce needs his playtime. That's right. And nap time. That's right. Double D. Spanish flu killed 50 million worldwide, 1918 to 1920. It killed less Americans than what COVID has done, 675,000, just shows how deadly COVID can be. Well, there you go. I didn't know it was 50. That's scary. Steamer, I remember telling Bruce to go live naked and call the show Bruce's Bratwurst. I don't recall that suggestion, but I'm not putting it past the Steamer that he did recommend I do that. I'm not putting it past him that he thought that would be a good title for a show. Kimberly, always so glad to catch you on Monday. I really enjoy your show. Thanks from upstate New York. Thank you for being here from beautiful upstate New York. Some of the greatest people in the world are from up there. Nice to have you here today. Sharon says, Bruce, you have 65 thumbs ups right now. You only need 35 to go. That's the opposite of just a few minutes ago. A few minutes ago was the other way around. Now you got 65 on the upside, 35 left to get. You got 100 thumbs ups, and I got the greatest viewers in the world right here on this channel. I'm sure we can find 35 more thumbs ups to make it to 100, and that would be so appreciative. Thank you, everybody. Sylvia got both shots now, waiting for the booster. Right on, MG. Good enough reason, Bruce. Jen comes first. There you go. Share. Kevin will be able to get a Pfizer booster in another month or so. I have to wait for the Moderna boosters to be approved first. There you go. See. I did read something today about the cruise line business. They were talking about something along the lines of industry sources through the travel agencies are reporting that at the beginning of cruising restarting, there was a huge push to get cruises booked by potential passengers, and that the first cruises were really selling out at top dollar. Now, apparently, in the last couple of weeks, and now going forward a couple of months, apparently bookings are way down. They're backing off. And there's a lot of reasons for it, but the one that keeps coming up all the time, it just keeps coming up and coming up, is that this Delta variant virus has really backed people off. And the airlines have reported lower bookings, hotels have reported lower bookings, and now cruise lines are reporting lower bookings. So this Delta variant has had its effect. Now, whether it's scaring people away or whether people now know someone that's got this because it keeps spreading to more and more of the population, not everybody ends up in the hospital. Some people just end up ill for a few days. Some end up ill for a week at home, don't feel well. Where others go to the hospital, don't go to the ICU, but they're in the hospital for a while, and others do go to ICU. And it seems like in the last month or two, more and more people in North America have begun to realize that they know somebody they trust or someone they know very well has come down with it. And they have seen firsthand or are hearing through a phone call or texting how bad it can be. And it is holding them up like this. And I guess the other thing that's happened is school is back. And so obviously during school months, cruising is not the top of the list for families. Families go on cruises during school breaks. And so at the moment, the numbers are off. The prices seem to be slackening a little bit. And now travel agents are beginning to wonder if in the next 3 to 6 months, if this pattern continues with low demand, whether prices for cruises will drop back to where they were in 2019-20. We'll have to watch for that. So you guys let me know. Double D, can we ever get Jen to join the show? I believe that is your wife. It's Auntie Jen. I'm Uncle Bruce, and that's Auntie Jen. My Jennifer Aniston look-alike wife. She never makes a camera appearance, other than you might see her hand once in a while. But I'll tell you, I'll show you photos of her. Those of you who don't know what she looks like, I mean, we have been out and about, or in Canada, oot and about, from time to time. Now, of course, I see her pictures all over the place wherever I go, of course. She's so popular. But I mean, not too long ago, this is when we were still living in Creston. We went out one night, and you can just see how much fun we're having. The local paparazzi, they just love taking pictures of Jen. Of course, it was a hot summer this past summer, and even though it was 100 out, she decided to go out in her slinky dress and remain cool. But she insisted that I wear a jacket and tie. But you know what? You can tell by how happy I am. I'm just glad to get out of the house because you know, being a YouTube sensation like I am, it's just nice to get away once in a while. Now here, I wasn't feeling too good, but I bucked it up and I came out. I had a bit of a swollen head that day, but she was helping me out, and I was feeling a little dizzy. So you can see how I got my arm around her, and she's hanging on to me. She's a rock. I mean, the gal's just a rock. I mean, this is what my Jen looks like right here, and she's got her arm around me. And I'm not going to fall over, so I can't complain. I just can't. Now, from time to time, we had to do chores in Creston. We had to go out and do some grocery shopping and that type of thing. So we grab a friend's Tesla, and Jen would slip on something very comfortable to for the grocery store, something to stay cool in the grocery store. But she'd always insisted that she wanted me looking like Brad Pitt or something like that. She always wanted me all dolled up. So I'm wearing a suit and tie, and I'm putting on the brave face. I'm the happy looking guy there. But she just loves showing me off. I mean, she's got the looks, but she knows I have the YouTube fame. So you can see here how she's so proud of me. But she's got her purse, and in her purse she has her grocery list of what we're going to get. And people take a photo of us, and we pose for her. And then we head into the grocery store and we pick up some stuff. She's always a sensation in there. I mean, they hardly pay attention to me, even though I'm the famous YouTuber. They the way Jen just dolls herself up, it's just a sensation. Small little town in British Columbia, now here in Calgary, what can I say? Now, I personally like to go out really dressed to the nines, but I like to be comfortable like this. I like to be really comfy. In the evenings, I like to go out. I like to have my little walking cane, and I got my little jacket there, and I got my felt hat, so I don't get too cool because after all, I don't have all that much hair on the top of my head. But that is my look. I mean, that's how I like to strut my stuff, self in this town. I tell you, I can't wait to get into downtown LA one night and walk around downtown LA with my outfit on like this. I'm sure I'll get all kinds of autograph seekers. Sometimes even police officers come up to me and ask to see my autograph. They don't want my autograph. They just want to see my autograph on a piece of ID. I don't know what that is because I'm happy to sign it. Give them a piece of paper, sign it. But they sometimes just want to see my ID on my autograph on a piece of ID. I'm happy to comply, but what can I say? We just do what we can. But like I said, she's something else. I mean, she's a lot of fun. She's always happy and laughing and. But there are times that she kind of gives me the look like, "What are you doing?" So I gotta cut her slack. I mean, the gal's got the looks. What am I gonna do? Not hang out with her? I mean, really. But I got the fans. I tell you that I got the fans. So what can I say? It is what it is. What can I tell you? Anyway, there it is. So Jen, she's camera shy. You wouldn't think so. I mean, with that look, but when we're out and about, it's fine. She doesn't mind getting a picture taken. She's used to it. But around the house, she'd rather not. She'd rather just kind of let me carry the load. Bruce is stripped on stock market show. Audrey, do you get paid on the number of thumbs ups? No, I don't. It makes no difference financially to me whatsoever. I wish I did. Well, if I did, I would be doing anything to get thumbs ups. But no, you don't get paid for that. MG Bruce, people want to go on a cruise to have a good time. They can't when they have to wear masks, etc. People don't want to be treated on a cruise like they have a disease. I will grant you that. Steamer, sadly, I know people who have passed from this awful virus. Yeah, I know. I also know. Yeah, that is really sad, isn't it? Don't cruise until it's safe, says MG. Miss M, the steaming bean. What can I say? MG, I'm an owner of the big three cruise lines, and I don't want people to get sick on my ships. There you go. Ms. M, grade 5 teacher from BC. Double D, haha, Bruce, beautiful Jen. Yes, I tell you, she's something else. MG, if I have to eat it, I will. There you go. Larry, welcome, Larry Break. What happened to all your subscribers? I don't do as many videos as I used to because of my stock market channel, and because I found that when I was doing videos on this channel up until about January, every video I was making was always bad news because that's all that was coming out all last year. And people just started calling me Debbie Downer. And I just thought, I just don't want to make people upset and bring them down all the time. But the only news I can bring you is the news that's really happening on cruise ships. And the only thing that was happening last summer and winter, fall was cancellations, and nothing but sad news. And so, thankfully, my stock market channel really took off, and so I put my effort into that to grow it. And this channel has now become sort of a Monday night hangout with Friday night trivia. However, since we're getting on an airplane next week to start our adventures, this channel is going to start lighting up again with adventures, travel adventures with Bruce and Jen. So get ready, kids. This channel might get a little more active with new videos, and I invite you to stick around. And we'll see how the subscriber count works out. Steamer, you look like Pierre Trudeau next to Jen in that photo. Mirror of the Seas, Friday, way to go, SEK. Rocky, what a gorgeous couple. What can I say, Rocky? She makes me look good. I got to tell you, Amicus, can you sign my sesame seed bagels? No, sorry, I don't give autographs. Steamer, actually, Bruce likes a Kevin O'Leary from Canada's Shark Tank. Audrey, when is your next cruise? Audrey, I tell you, if I knew, I'd tell you right now, but I don't yet know. But I will say this, Jen and I are actively looking and watching and scheming and wondering about the possibility that possibly, it could be that in January or February or March, we might take a cruise or two. They won't be group cruises, and they won't be announced on this channel with all of you coming with us. It'll be kind of like, we'll book a cruise, we'll tell you about it. If you happen to be on the ship, great. If you happen to catch a room that you want to join us, great, but there won't be any guaranteed spaces because there can't be. We just don't know what's going to happen. But I tell you, Audrey, we don't know for sure what's happening to us long term. We just know that between early October next week and about January sometime, we should be in the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area in California. That's that much we're pretty sure of that. After that, we don't know yet, but we probably will know what will happen to us in January, February, and March. Probably about December. We'll probably have figured out. We'll let you know. When we know, you'll know. Sharon, you have 73 thumbs ups right now. You only need 27 more. I want to say thank you to all of you out there. If you have a drink out there, grab your drink and share a toast with me. I want to say thank you to all of you who watch Stock Markets with Bruce, those of you who watch Traveling with Bruce, all your support of my two channels. I do appreciate it. Jen appreciates it. And I can't wait to meet up with you folks around the world. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, that's so good. The old caffeine-free Diet Coke just delivers every time. Mr. T, Bruce, can you sign my dog? Oh my gosh, Ms. M, Uncle Bruce Kramer. There you go. Amicus, how's about my Concord grape jelly jar? How's about that? And Double D, cheers with my bottle of water. Cheers to you. I have a jar left of Welch's grape jelly for my bagels on my other channel. One of my viewers sent me two, and I have one left. And we're going to get to the U.S. just in time to be able to replenish. So we're going to be all right. Free Thinker, I love you. Uncle Bruce, cheers. Thank you, Free Thinker. We love you too. Thank you so much for catching up with me and hanging out. As all of you are so kind and so generous to do so, we do appreciate this. Folks, I can't wait to catch up with you in person. I really can't wait. I'm looking forward to possibly some meet and greets in the LA area. That would be kind of cool. We're going to see if we can announce one in the not too distant future. Maybe we can do something in November before Christmas. And I'll try to figure out how and where. And we'll see how many want to show up for a meet and greet in the LA area. We might do it on like a Saturday or something like that, where you folks who are working Monday to Friday, if you decide to come and visit with Jen and I, we'll kind of do a Saturday get together at some kind of maybe a hotel or something. We'll book a room of some kind of a little meeting room or something. I don't know. All depends how many people show an interest. We'll let you know when we know, and we'll kind of go from there. Audrey, how did you and Jen meet? Oh my gosh. 1976 is when we met. That was a long time ago in a land far, far away. We were both 21 when we met. It was through a mutual friend. We had a mutual friend of ours who arranged it in a roundabout way, and we found a way to get together. And after we met, it wasn't long after that we were dating, and shortly after that we were living together. And we haven't been apart since. It's been a long, long run. One of these days, I'll tell the story. One of these days. This is getting late in the show, though. Amicus, cheers, Uncle Bruce and fellow Sesame Seeds. Thank you, Free Thinker. You should go live with members. There you go, Mr. T. Can't believe you still haven't finished those jelly jars. I savor it. It's precious. Impressive self-control. Absolutely, absolutely. You can't just use up those jars in a week. They're irreplaceable. You can't find Welch's grape jelly in Canada. There isn't any. There's none up here. So yeah, you gotta be careful, man. You gotta. This is gold. This is grape, purple gold. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna say my good nights now, and I'm gonna say thank you all of you who've been here. I don't know if we made 100 thumbs ups. Maybe on the rerun we'll definitely hit 100. But those of you who've given us the thumbs ups already, I want to say thank you. And those of you who've been here and watching and hanging out, thank you for that. And I hope we can catch you again next Monday at this time, 8 o'clock, or maybe I'll catch you tomorrow morning on my other channel, on Stock Markets with Bruce, where I try to explain the stock markets in plain English. That's the whole shtick of my other channel. Would nice to have you there. She gave him that look and said, "Baby, I'm going to eat your bagels forever," and it was all downhill from there. As soon as she buttered my first bagel, I was done for. Now, however you read that is up to you. Some of you have different minds than others. It's all right. Do you have children? One daughter who's a winner, good kid, just the one. We didn't want any kids, but we got one, and she's a great one. We're very happy about her. She's doing very well, and she's a copywriter, and does really good work, and she's well compensated for her efforts, and we're very proud of her. So it's all good. Thank you for joining me tonight from around the world. I want to send a cheers to all of you one last time. Thank you for participating with tonight's show. See you tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern Time if you care. Otherwise, we'll see you here next Monday at 8 o'clock or Friday night for the trivia show for members only of this channel and Traveling with Bruce. Oh, I get to go to the dentist tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Wish me luck. We'll see how that goes. We don't know. Rocky, you got 78 thumbs ups. Thank you, Rocky, for letting me know. Do appreciate the 70 thumbs up. 78 thumbs ups already. We're well on our way to 100. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. And we'll catch you next time on Traveling with Bruce. Have a great night, Bruce and everybody. And Jen, good luck. Thank you. We'll lie back in the chair tomorrow and go, oh, and let them put the needles in, do what they got to do, and we'll see what happens. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Amicus, good night. See you tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Have a great evening. Take care. Goodbye from a secret location in Calgary. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye for now.